So just gonna go a bit into my stretching routine. Let me actually lower the camera. So what I do after every ride, set my timer on my watch for 1 minute. Actually 1 minute and 5 seconds. 5 seconds to transition to the next stretch. So here we go. 1 minute. And going to stretch to the left leg. Once the timer goes, then I'll switch to the other leg. And stretching just prevents injury on the bike. And you want to stretch when you're warm. So that's why within half an hour of getting off the bike, it's good to stretch, because the more you cycle, the more your quads and hamstrings and calves tighten up, because you're just doing one repetitious movement over and over again in varying speeds and cadences. And so with all that build up, it creates a lot of knots in your muscles and tension. And if you don't stretch, eventually you're gonna knot up and require more of this, the foam roller, or this is actually the rumble roller, which I'm gonna use after this because I have some knots in my calves, hamstrings, and glutes from all the race training on the stationary bike turbo trainer. You make sure you keep breathing during the stretch. Keep your leg as flat as you can. Now you're not stretching for glory here. You're just getting a nice pull in the hamstring. Keep your foot as straight as possible. And breathe. With each exhalation, reach a little more and hold it, but don't bounce. And then over to the middle. So the middle. I like to put my fingertips on the foam roller and just roll it out. And you should feel it on the inner thigh. Same thing. Breathe normally. Don't bounce. Don't stretch for glory. Once you feel the tension, just hold it there. Let your watch do its thing. Keep breathing. Hamstrings are really tight. So then after this, I'm going to switch to the front of the leg, the quadriceps. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, quadriceps. Lay on my side. Keep one leg straight and this leg bent. And then keeping both legs parallel to each other. And I'm holding the back leg while pushing my hip forward towards the camera, so that I can also get a little bit of a hip flexor stretch, because cyclists are known to have tight hip flexors because you're in that arrow position, building up a lot of tension at the front of your hip. And so it's good to push your hip forward to stretch out all that scar tissue and tight muscle that you've built up from the season of cycling. This is what I do after every bike ride, especially if you go hard. So I'll continue to breathe, same thing. When you push your hip forward and keep your legs parallel, you really feel the stretch versus having your leg off to the side or having your leg too far forward. You won't feel the stretch as good. So this is a good way to stretch out the muscles, again, to prevent injury on the bike. I highly recommend you try out this stretching routine. Okay, so then turn the timer back on. Stretch out the glutes. So cross your leg over like this and reach underneath. Grab your knee, pull towards you, and that is to stretch out. This right here is to stretch out the right glute. So the foot that's on top, that is the gluteus maximus muscle that you're stretching out. What also I found that helps is you could keep your hand right here, and you can also hold your knee. When you kind of hug your knee towards your body, you get a little bit stronger stretch. Make sure you breathe. Keep breathing. Wait for the timer to beep. It's totally worth it. Even on your off days when you're not cycling, it's worth it to do this routine. So I like to hold my knee with my hand. So this is my left foot on top. Left hand is holding the knee. Right hand is holding the supporting leg. This one, if you haven't done it before, you're really gonna feel it in the gluteus maximus. But trust me, you'll feel so much better the next time you get on the bike if you've done this routine. Keep breathing. Wait for the timer. Hopefully I find some good music for this vlog. And then after that, gonna do a couple downward dogs. So stretching out the left calf and then the right calf. I'm just gonna alternate between the two. Pretty much 2 exhalations. Switch on every 2 exhalations. This is for the calves. Okay. And then finish off with the arrow position right here. Rest your arms on the foam roller right here. And this one you can slightly bounce your knees, and your feet are pretty much touching. The blade of your feet are touching. There's going to be a little gap on the top of your feet. And just breathe into it. This is arrow position right here. Narrow position. Breathe. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Breathing is one of the most important things of stretching. Never hold your breath. Okay, that was it. That's my basic stretching routine for Cyclists. Thanks for watching.